Say Hello have obviously worked with us, really impressed, which is exactly why we have sort of leaned on us so heavily. I'd be sad if I ended up losing her because I'd have to do so much more work. So my name is Damien and I'm the co-owner of the Ridge Climbing Centre. We're an independent centre, so obviously it's just us that own it and run it. So we're a slightly different style of climbing to what you'd find in a lot of modern centres. We're all very passionate about outdoor climbing, so our route setting is very similar to outdoor routes. I know sort of everybody that's here, and it's just a nice little community, and everyone that comes in, I'll make sure that I know them and that they have the best experience and we do the best for them. While I was climbing here, I'd not actually been climbing a full year yet, and all of a sudden we got an email saying that the centre was closing. Because we got quite friendly with our instructor, all of a sudden he decided that maybe we should take on the climbing centre because he's got all of the qualifications that we need. My sort of background in like retail and management and stuff really helped sort of get the other sort of business side of it going. Here we are, yeah, a couple of years later, and yeah, we're getting there. So our main frustrations before working with Ad People and Say Hello were the volume of inquiries that we were starting to get. Like I say, I was dealing with all of them, and it was everything. So our group bookings, everything that came through, although it kind of seemed like you were submitting an inquiry and a booking through the website, it was just sending me an email and I was picking everything up. And obviously, depending on what I've got going on in the centre, it's hard work. People don't get a reply as quick as they're supposed to. I'm very keen on getting back to people and making sure that they know that we know they've submitted an inquiry. So with Say Hello specifically, it was actually dead easy. We'd basically set up all the marketing side. I'd found out that this was coming as a feature. I thought that's nice, that it'll take some messages for me and stuff like that. I wasn't quite sure what I was getting, and then that was it. I basically just sat back and then I got sent all the login details and everything was all set up for me. I had a quick call just to explain about installing the app on my phone, how I can manage the sort of the inquiries that are coming through, how I'm reviewing the data that's going in, and yeah, that was it. Super straightforward.
So the services and strategies that Say Hello introduced for the Ridge Climbing was bringing in a lead handling system, which is with our AI, Ella. Overall, we were aiming to minimise the amount of time Damien spends answering inquiries and dealing with customers over the phone, but also speed up the process for customers to actually get through to the business, feeling acknowledged, and make them less likely to bounce out of Damien's website and go to one of his competitors.
The level of detail that Ella knows about our centre and the business now means that a lot of the time I actually don't even need to deal with the inquiry. I would say like every 1 in 5 I end up doing something with. The rest of them she deals with the bulk of it for me, which obviously frees me up endlessly.
Been able to get Ella to a really good position where when they first came on board, about 33% of all customers that were getting a text from Ella were responding, whereas now it's 43%. Since their time on Say Hello, there's been over 2,200 texts sent by Ella or sent by Damien using Ella to send a message. Been over 700 customers that are now saved automatically in Say Hello for the Ridge, so they can continue to reach out to them through Say Hello, and if a customer ever calls back months later and they previously left their name, it's going to be a much more personal touch than if it was a one-man band trying to remember 700 customers' names every day.
There isn't that fear of coming back to 13 answer phone messages and having to sit there and listen to every single one and figure out what's happening. I get real-time notifications on my phone, so if I'm stood in Boulder and I'm chatting to people, I get a buzz on my phone, I can see it on my watch, and I get a gist of what's going on. Advice for other centres, it would be definitely lean on your marketing to get the sort of your name out there, because our inquiries have increased since obviously doing that. And for me, customer service has always been really good, and Say Hello delivers an element of that that we don't need to sort of worry about in the same way anymore.